Hello students, the topic about which we will be discussing in this video is input in Java. Let us first learn about comments. What are comments? Comments are used to document the code and give an overview of the code so that a layperson can understand the purpose of the written code. Comments are ignored by the compiler and do not affect the program execution. Now you need to know comments. These are not executed by the compiler and it is just for the purpose of explanation to the any person who goes through the program. Now there are three types of comments: single line comment, multi-line comment and documentation comment. Single line comment, it starts with double slash followed by comment line. For example, double slash, this is my first program. It takes a single statement. Multi-line comment, this comment starts with slash asterisk followed by multiple comment lines, or you can say multiple statements, and ends with asterisk slash. For example, slash asterisk, this program computes area and circumference of a circle, asterisk slash. Documentation comment, now this is used to include some text document in the program. It starts with slash double asterisk and ends with asterisk slash. For example, slash double asterisk, this program is used to explain the working of a different loop structure used in Java language, asterisk slash. Now, documentation comment is a special comment that looks like a multi-line comment, but it is generally used to generate external documentation about the source code. This type of comment begins with a forward slash followed by two asterisks. So about comments, there's much question that is not asked. It will be only either you have to write the difference between the single line comment, multi-line comment, or the documentation comment, or you need to give in the output section. Now, what are packages? A package is a named collection of Java classes that are grouped on the basis of their functionality that can be used as and when required. It allows code reusability. That is, within a package, a group of classes are there that are grouped on the basis of their functionality. For example, the first one, java.lang. It provides classes that are fundamental to the design of the Java programming language, such as primitive data type, string, and math function. Your math functions like math.power, math.square root, math.cube root, math.round all belong to the math function. Those are found in java.lang package. Java.util provide classes for printing and scanning, etc., about which we will be learning in this video itself. Java.io provides classes for input and output of data, about which we'll be learning in detail in this video ahead. Java.awt provides classes for implementing graphical user interface that is used in designing of web pages. Java.net provides classes for networking, similarly used for your Java web pages. Java.applet provides classes for implementing applets. Now, basically in your syllabus, the first three packages we'll be learning about it: java.lang, java.util, and java.io. Now let's know the different ways to input or show values in a variable in Java. Java language provides different ways to store values in the variable. First one is using assignment statement. The second method is using a function argument. The third one is using input stream reader class. And the fourth one using scanner class. Let us learn in detail about the four methods. The first method, using assignment statement. This method using assignment operator to store values in a variable while writing the program. It is done in the following way. First we specify the data type, then the variable name equals to, we give the value and the semicolon. You can see in the example, int is the data type, we have given a space, then the variable name we have specified as x. Assignment operator equals to sign we have mentioned, then 10 is the value and semicolon. You can see a program in the right hand side where n variable of integer data type is taking a value of 98. The second method we have is using BlueJ system. In this method, values are accepted from the user at the beginning of the program execution. Now the data type and the variable names are declared as parameters of the method. You can see in the method line we have passed two parameters, integer x and integer y. Here the value of x and y will be accepted from the user before execution of the program. Now in the right hand side you can see an example in which a variable integer n is being passed as the parameter in the method line. Now let us see this practically. Now in this method, suppose the first I'll be showing you using the assignment statement. I write over here integer is my data type, space a is my variable, value I give equals to value I give 7 semicolon. Now I compile it. Now you can say I'll give here. Now if I put before public class, if I put double slash, it becomes my single line comment. I write over here using assignment statement. Now you see I'll compile it. It shows no syntax error. Close it. Now I'll be creating an object. As you know, to implement a class you need to create an object. You can see in my terminal window the value of a equals to 7 has been printed. Now I'll do the same program. Now if I write over here static, then the compiler will call the method sum without creating any object. I'll just change my comment to mention over here using method line. You can see I'll just remove this assignment statement and I'll declare my variable integer a as a parameter in the method line. Now I compile it, shows no syntax error. I close it. Now you can see after specifying static, directly from here I can call my method sum. When I click over here, it will prompt to me after the compilation before execution it is prompting for a value. When I give the value, you can see value of a equals to 9. So now you can understand the difference in assignment. During the program, when we were writing the program, we had assigned the value to the variable n. But in case of BlueJ system, after the program compilation and before the program execution, the values were passed by the user by a prompt, through a prompt. Next, till now, the values in assignment, when we were writing the program, the values were provided to the variable. In case of BlueJ, after compilation, before execution, the values were passed. But during the time of execution, we can pass values to variable through two methods. The first one is using scanner class, which is found in java.util package. And the second method is using input stream reader class, which is found in java.io package. Now let us learn in detail about them. Now let us see the first method, that is using scanner class. Now the scanner class allows a user to take input from the console. It reads information token by token. The scanner class is defined within a Java package java.util, which needs to be imported in the program. Now over here it means that from the keyboard the value that will be entered by the user, it will be. Now the first method is using scanner class. Now the Java scanner class allows the user to take input from the console. It reads information token by token. The scanner class is defined within a Java package, that is the java.util package, which needs to be imported in the program. Now using scanner class, during the program execution, directly the user can enter the values which can be stored in the variable. Now the syntax of importing. a class is import java.util.scanner, or we can also write import java.util.asterisk. Now asterisk is a wildcard character, so all the classes within the util package will be imported if we use the asterisk wildcard. Now how can we create scanner object? First specify the scanner class name, then specify the object name, then we have the assignment operator, the equals to sign, then the new operator, then again we specify the scanner class name, and within parentheses we mention system.in. Now let us understand in detail with the help of a program. Now you can see in this program I have already declared my class and my method. So to accept a value using scanner class, at first I need to create an object of the scanner class. Now as you know that this line is how we create an object. First we mention the class name, then the object name, then we have the assignment operator, the equals to sign, then the new keyword, then we again specify the class name, and within parentheses we give the parameters. Now over here for scanner class we write scanner in is the object name equals to new operator, again the scanner class, system.in is passed as a parameter for the object in. Now you need to note it, you can write any name of the object, it can be sc, it can be in, but required it should be in smaller case. Now since we are going to use the scanner class, we need to import it. So we specify on top of the class declaration import java.util.scanner, by which my scanner class will be imported to be used and is ready to use in my program. After that, you prompt to the user. Already I have mentioned system.out.println enter a value. Now the user knows that he has to enter a value. Then we write the declaration of the variable integer n equals to. Now we are using the scanner object in dot. Now there are many functions within the scanner class. Like for accepting integer value, we use the function nextInt. Then we have the round parenthesis. Now you can see over here for using the method nextInt, which is used for accepting integer values, I have used it in the reference with the object of the scanner class, that is in. If suppose I need to accept an integer value, then first I'll declare the integer value string w equals to in is my scanner object dot operator I'm using over here. Then I call for the function nextLine. Now nextLine is used for accepting string values. Then the round parenthesis. Like you can see in a program, there are different functions for different data type. For integer, the function used is nextInt. For string, for a word or for a sentence, it is nextLine. But whenever we are using a function, we need to use it in reference to the scanner object. So whenever we have to input values to scanner class, we need to remember three important points. First, you need to import the scanner class, that is before the class declaration. Second, within the method, you have to create objects of scanner class. Then using the scanner class object, you can call for the functions through which the user can input the values. Now the different methods within the scanner class which are used to read different data values, already we have discussed about nextInt. Similarly, if there's a long value, the function to be used is nextLong. If it's a float value, then you need to use nextFloat. But you need to remember in reference, that is you need to first specify the scanner object name dot operator, then you can use the function, and after function there should be round parentheses. For double, nextDouble. Then next is used for accepting a single word. And you need to remember character data type, you cannot use character, next character. For that you need to use the string next function, then the dot character at 0. Dot character at 0 is a string function which will extract the first character of the word. So there is no next character. You need to use the next function to accept a string value. The character will be accepted as a string value. Then using the string function character at 0, it will be extracting that character. And next line is used for receiving multiple words and it can be stored in string type. You can see the examples. Now using in stream reader. Input stream reader. You need to know Java program performs input output operation using stream. A stream is the path along which the data flows. It transfers data from source to destination. In a program, you need to input from the keyboard. Thus, we can use system.in stream, which is also known as standard input. Similarly, we can use the system.out stream as the standard output. We use the method of the system.out stream to print. Now, you must be knowing system.out.println, system.out.print. You have been using this system.out stream to display message or display along with message values to the user. Now similar way, so a stream has both the stream, one is the input stream and the other is the output stream. We already know about the output stream. Now we'll be learning about the input stream, that is system.in. Now how can we use the input stream reader? First, you need to create an object of the input stream reader. That is where you can see I am creating an object st of the input stream reader class. Then I have the assignment operator equals to new operator. Again, I specify the class name input stream reader. Within parentheses, I have system.in. This is just similar to scanner class what we had similarly, but the difference is over here after getting the value to input stream reader, the object st is again passed and is stored in a buffer reader object. In scanner class, we were creating one object of the scanner class, but here we have two classes. Input stream reader, the value system.in, the parameter is passed and is stored in the object st, which is further passed and it is stored in the object of buffer reader, that is bf. You can write any object name of your choice. Since we are using the input stream reader and buffer reader, both are present in java.io class. So I need to import it. So in the beginning, that is before the class declaration, I have mentioned import java.io.asterisk. Now prompt to the user to enter a value. Now you can see over here, just like the same way in scanner class we were doing, string s, I declare a variable equals to assignment operator. Br is the object of buffer reader. Using the dot readline method, I am storing, I am accepting the value from the user and storing it my variable s or string data type. Now you need to know whatever value is accepted, that is accepted in the format of string. That is why you can see in the end br.readline is there. I have missed out on the bracket over here. Now before that, of integer class, now this has to be converted to integer because I am storing it in a integer variable. So I need to convert it. To convert it, I am using the parseInt method of the integer class. So whatever you need to remember in input stream reader, the value is accepted in string format, which needs to be converted to the relevant data type. Suppose like over here it is integer n, so I have to specify integer class dot parseInt. If it would have been double, I would have written double n equals to double, d will be capital, dot parseDouble within bracket br dot readline. Now br dot readline is in the string format. parseInt is a method to convert it to the integer data type of the integer class. So parseInt is a function of the integer class. Now you need to remember this points when we are accepting values through input stream reader. First, we need to import the, now something that we need to remember, whenever we use input stream reader, there will be some input output exception. So when we are declaring my method, I need to specify over there throws IO exception so that the compiler, it will automatically deal with the input output exception. Whatever problem is there, it will be dealt by it at the back end. So you need to know this is one important line. So whenever we are using input stream reader, the first is we need to import the java.io package. Second, we need to specify throws IO exception so that any input out exception we have, that will be dealt at the backend. Then we need to first create input stream reader object. You can have it in the same line. You can copy the entire this new input stream reader. You can copy this line completely and you can put it in place of ST over here. Otherwise, you can have two different lines also. Then prompt to the user to enter a value. Over here, you need to convert it. It will be always in the string method. Using a method of a particular data type class, you need to convert it. Like for integer, it is integer.parseInt. For float, it will be float.parseFloat. Next, we come to delimiters. Now, some of the delimiters which can be used as token, separator, a comma, full stop, semicolon, and white space. White space is given with the help of the spacebar in the keyboard. Now, what is the default delimiter used in scanner class? It is the white space. A blank space is the default delimiter used to separate the values when input through a scanner class. Now, let's know about the different types of errors. Now, errors are mistakes in a program that prevent it from its normal working. An error may abruptly terminate the execution of a program. Suppose you're writing a program and suddenly the program doesn't go for the complete execution. It ends abruptly somewhere. That means it has an error. Now, there are three types of error: syntax error, runtime error, and the logical error. Let's learn about them in detail. Syntax error occurs due to the fact that the syntax of the programming language is not followed correctly. Syntax, you can say the grammar of the Java program, that is correctly. If you don't follow it, then the error will be there. That's called a syntax error. Some examples of syntax error: missing semicolon. You can see in black, int count semicolon is missing. So it's a syntax error. Missing or unmatched bracket. After println, the bracket has not been given in red color, the correct answer has been given. Missing double quotes in a string or character. Incompatible assignment. Integer m is there, but I am assigning string data type, string value. So it will be a mismatch. So it will be a syntactical error. Next we come to logical error. Occurs when the program compiles. It doesn't show usually during your normal compilation. Syntax error identified during the normal compilation. But logical error, it will not be identified during the normal compilation. You get to know it during the execution. Occurs when the program compiles and runs without error but produces an incorrect result. Like using wrong variable name. Like suppose R should be the radius and P should have the pi value. By mistake, I have specified in R the pi value and in P the radius are shown. So the answer will be wrong. Using integer division instead of floating point. Suppose the result is in division, it will be in double format, but I have written integer 100, so it will be an error. Using operators without understanding the precedence and associativity. Suppose the question is that the sum of the first two numbers will be divided by the third number. So if I write this one, then it will be sum of the first number plus second number divided by third number. So this will be an logical error. Runtime error occurs during the execution of a program. Example is divide by 0. You can see x equals to 3, y equals to 5, z equals to 5. R is equals to x by y minus z. So 5 minus 5 will be 0. So this will be a runtime error. Entering a string value where the numeric value is expected for the scanner object. You can see, suppose for integer r variable we enter r123. Now this will be wrong because it is an integer variable and we are entering a string value. So what's the difference? Syntax error occurs due to the fact that the syntax of the programming language is not followed correctly. Runtime error occurs during the execution of a program. Logical error occurs when the program compiles and runs without errors but produces an incorrect result. Now there's a small exercise which we can do. Which keyword do you use to include a package or class in your program? The answer is import. Which package would you import for the scanner class? Answer is java.util.asterisk. You can also write java.util.scanner, and semicolon is a must. What is the difference between the scanner class element next and nextLine? Next is used to receive a single word. nextLine method is used to receive a complete line of text. Now name the type of errors. mat.sqrt 36 minus 45. It will be a runtime error. Integer a semicolon b semicolon c semicolon. It will be a syntactical error because b needs to be specified with a data type. So it will be an error. So thank you. I hope you understand about inputting values, comments, and errors that we have learned in this video. Thank you.